competition. We will start in the balance beam competition with the gymnast from China, Li Shijia, the second strongest in qualification, Liu Tingting, the third strongest, and Simone Biles, who goes penultimate, the top qualifier.
Well, the standard has been exceptional here in Stuttgart, and the beam is no exception to that. It really has proved to be a fascinating apparatus to watch. We had some issues in qualification, but these are the gymnasts that produced the goods.
We start with the gymnast who had a very strong difficulty score in qualification of 6.2, a total score of 14.5. This is the second strongest qualifier, the 16-year-old Li Shijia from China.
Starting with the box splits into front splits, demonstrating a beautiful flexibility, just never in question. We have the gymnast from the People's Republic of China. Just a very slight arm adjustment on the split change. Aerial cartwheel. Oh, and that's a beautiful combination. A handspring front somersault. Very clean. Well, floats through the free walkover, the jump into the Corbett flick. Super style in her movements. Beautiful extension right to the toes. And signal goes, 10 seconds to complete the exercise. The double pike, very nicely landed. There will be a time deduction, but a super start from her.
That will do, won't it, as an opening routine in this balance beam final. Very nicely performed from Li Shijia.
Yes, under pressure going first. Just very slight readjustment on that split change, but she really did show that 180 degree of leg separation. These ring jumps are going to be interesting. There's been some discussion around qualification of these, whether they count or not. They have to show the split, the head has to go right back, all adding to the difficulty value, particularly when they're in combination. But look at her confidence, look at her carriage, poise, precision, extension right the way through to the toes. Upper body held strongly. Here the round off. Beautiful form in the double pike. Very nice first routine.
This will be a very good early marker in the balance beam final. Very good indeed. It's going to provide an enticing target to attack, but a very difficult one to attack. World Championship debutant is Li Shijia. She impressed massively at the Zhaoqing World Challenge Cup, winning the balance beam gold there in the FIG regular season.
Yes, another look back at that dismount, the conclusion to the exercise. Super form.
A little bit of a wait for this score to come in for Li Shijia.
She plays 9th all around.
And she scores 14.3. There's the time penalty of a 10th. Difficulty down also by a 10th. Execution exactly the same as qualifying.
Our next competitor represents Canada, Anna Paderariu.
Anna Paderariu of Canada, the silver medalist in her debut World Championships.
Backflip mount onto the beam. And the triple spin, oh, and she's off. Very difficult spin, 3 rotations. Well, unfortunately, the silver medalist from last year is pretty much out of medal contention there. Whole mark, so much of a deduction there. Very hard to come back from that. Obviously, it depends on the performances of the other gymnasts. Aerial cartwheel into the layout and another. Oh, and she's off again. It's really not her day. What a shame. She's a beautiful gymnast to watch. She's shown in the past how strong she is on this apparatus. Sometimes it doesn't quite go your way. Lovely free walkover. Nice combination there, the jump into the backflip. Expressive choreography. And the double twist to finish. A nice dismount, but really a shame for Anne-Marie Paderariu of Canada.
To come into your debut World Championships as a teenager and to win a silver medal on the balance beam shows what kind of a gymnast she really is. She is still just 17. This is just her second World Championships. These things happen sometimes in top-level competition. She is still growing. She's added a couple of inches in height in the last year, has had to adjust some of her work as a result. There's time. There's plenty of time.
There is time, and here, this was that very difficult combination. Aerial cartwheel where you turn direction into the 2 layouts, and just her centre of mass was just not over her base of support, and it's only 10 centimetres wide, the beam, and it can be very punishing. Yeah, surprise and delight last year when she took that silver medal. She has high expectations of herself, a mark of a true champion, but not to be today, unfortunately.
Anna Paderariu, she was the all-around silver medalist at the Canadian National Championships earlier in the year, coming second to Ellie Black. It's likely to be a real fixture for a while for this Canadian team. We learned what we needed to last year when she took that silver medal. We learned this is a top gymnast. Hasn't happened today, but it's just a day. 11.933 for Paderariu in second position. So Li Shijia still leads. This is a big occasion now for Sarah Voss, the 7th strongest in qualification and the national champion on the balance beam here in Germany.
Going for the same amount, backflip onto the beam. She's a very elegant gymnast. She's tall and worked very well indeed in qualification. Backflip, layout, and that was beautifully controlled. And a very difficult jump. Aerial cartwheel, just a minor adjustment there. Now settling into her rhythm. Side somersault, cleanly through. This arena in Stuttgart holding their breath as she comes towards the end of her routine. Round off, 2.5 twists, a very nice routine. Well done to Sarah Voss.
That was both the loudest and quietest that I've heard this arena in the entire duration of the championships. Sarah Voss delivering a very good display on the balance beam.
Yeah, she held her nerve, didn't she? Incredible pressure on her shoulders there.
German men's team have come along to watch and support as well.
There's that very difficult combination. That was beautifully controlled. That would have given her confidence at the beginning of the exercise. That was a split jump with the full turn. Well, she had a couple of execution deductions there just in terms of the wobble, but she stayed on. She avoided the whole mark. That was a very nice side somersault. She scored 13.866 in the all-around competition for this routine. She placed a very creditable 10th all-around, and a strong performer for the German team, here finishing with a 2.5 twist off the end of the beam, and very pleased to get through. Well done.
Sarah Voss, hugely popular, has loved this experience. And she's into second position, 13.266 for Voss. That currently occupies the silver medal position. Still, it is Li Shijia, and she is a full mark ahead at the top of the leaderboard. On we go to the fourth competitor. Well, the world wills her to do what she came here to do. Melanie de Jesus dos Santos has had a tough competition so far.
A very nice start to her routine with that front somersault. And the same on the beam rather than just onto it. Second straight somersault, beautiful work. Well, she won the Longines Prize for Elegance, and so far you can see why. Very nice jumps, all part of the composition of an exercise. They have to balance the dance elements with the acrobatic elements. Very expressive arms. Nice loop series. Working quite rapidly, which is good for the rhythm, good for the confidence. Oh, and a lovely double type. That was a fantastic routine. So confident, so composed. Surely she must be up in contention with that.
After the competition that she has had to put herself through, after how stressful it has been for Melanie de Jesus dos Santos to come and show us that, to show the world that that is what she delivers on the balance beam, wow.
Yes, let's have a look again. Such an elegant performer, and look at that with the difficulty. There, the straight somersault, using her upper body to hold her posture in position, keeping her in line, keeping the balance. She works smoothly. There's not a moment where she wasn't elegant, using her arms. There, split change into the scissor and the split jump. Confident work, wasn't it? And here, high in the two rotations, a double back somersault, just a hop back. Beautiful exercise.
Melanie de Jesus dos Santos. How close will she get to Li Shijia's mark of 14.3? It will take us to the halfway point of the competition. The tricolor is flying. Will it be at the close of this balance beam final?
Slightly lower difficulty value in qualification from Li Shijia, so that will be interesting to see.
Yes, by half a mark indeed. Li Shijia has lost a tenth of difficulty. Melanie de Jesus dos Santos is in second place on 13.666. So her difficulty also down by 0.5 from qualification.
Yeah, so it was one of the elements that didn't really link as it did in qualification, and with that lower difficulty. The highest execution so far, though.
the defending champion of the world. Liu Tingting from the People's Republic of China, third strongest in qualification. If she hits her qualifying score, she'll be in and around the lead.
Again, that popular mount, jumping back onto the beam. Handspring front somersault, a little wobble on the landing. Very difficult combination. Split change to ring, very difficult. The head has to go right back. Judges looking for that split position. Free walkover again, into the ring, into the Corbett. Each of the leaps has to be different to count. And that was a nice little linking skill, wasn't it? Nicely incorporated into the exercise. Leap into the aerial cartwheel. Or was she going to put an extra jump at the end of that? And the double twist to finish. Very clean in the dismount. The dismount, the most simple dismount, but very nicely executed. Some super work throughout that routine. Lovely extension and amplitude in the leaps and jumps.
We have seen a very good display from the reigning champion of the world on the balance beam.
That was the handspring front somersault, just there having to lift the right leg to keep herself in a balanced position. Here, split change there, the aerial view, you can see the head going back to join the foot in the ring leap. High on the toes. Aerial walkover, again the jump into the Corbett flick. And this is very nice, look at that. Onto the head and pushing back into the walkover to get back onto her feet, showing the low work on the beam. Feet locked together on a dismount. So what will the judges think?
We shall discover in a matter of moments. It's already one gymnast from the People's Republic of China that's at the top, Li Shijia. Will another be there as well in Liu Tingting? We're just hearing as well that Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, an inquiry has been submitted. And it looks as though there's been quite a bit of success there. She's gone up from 13.666 to 13.966. So an extra 3/10 of difficulty has been credited. That solidifies her silver medal position. Could be important, that.
It certainly should. 3/10 is quite a lot in these finals, as we've lived to learn.
Another bit of inquiry drama in a balance beam competition. And we have a new leader, Liu Tingting, the reigning world champion with 14.433, goes into the gold medal position. Marvellous performance from Liu. And Li is in second place with Melanie de Jesus dos Santos in third. Well, what a story this would be. Kara Eker has come in as first reserve after thinking for some time that she was automatically in the final. Here we go.
Split change mount. 360-degree rotation in the split position. Free walk over into the jumps. Yes, I think there was inquiry on some of those jumps. The ring leaps, the head goes right back. Is it split enough? Is the head back enough? Does the foot meet the head closely enough? Oh, very nice. Difficult combination. Leap into the side somersault. Slight readjustment. Poised as she moves into the Corbett flick with fluency. Smooth balletic choreography. Again, nice use of the arms. Clean in the leap series. Building to the dismount. Round off, back flip, 2.5 twists, superb dismount, very nice combination at the end of that routine.
The leader looks on as we look at the reigning Pan American Games champion on the balance beam. The American fans in the crowd are very hopeful indeed about not just this but the next routine. Have they managed to get into medal contention courtesy of Kara Eker?
Let's take a look. Free walkover into that all-important jump and the backflip. Every one of these adding to the difficulty. Interestingly, last year she had a story as well on this piece of apparatus, was second highest in qualification, had the highest score in the team final on beam, and then had a fall on her mount in the final. So, yes, she's gone through cleanly. She's stayed on, so she'll be very pleased with that. Has she done enough? This, the very difficult dismount, round off, back flip, 2.5 twists. Super orientation, super spatial awareness. Manages to spot the landing. So we've seen how the difficulty value can come into play.
Well, we are a matter of moments away finding out whether Liu Tingting and Li Shijia and indeed Melanie de Jesus dos Santos are still on the leaderboard and in what position they might well be. Kara Eker is in the bronze medal position with a score of 14, vastly improved from qualification, a 5.9 difficulty score.
Yes, very clean routine from her. She made the connection. She's upped the difficulty.
And so, to the strongest performer in qualification, to the gymnast who is looking for her 24th World Championship medal, Simone Biles.
And the triple spin, so confident. Free walkover, split jump, straddle jump. Flick, layout, layout, not a murmur. Oh, combination into the standing somersault. She goes about her work as though it's a walk in the park. Now then. Backflip, backflip, single twisting, double tack. Simone Biles at her best. Regardless of the score, there was never any doubt.
Twice a world champion on the balance beam, Simone Biles. She really does want the balance beam so very much. She's spoken about how much it means to her to really deliver on this piece. Funny to hear her say that because she delivers on everything, but it's her words.
Here, that triple spin, so confident right at the beginning of her routine. What sets her apart, what makes her so sensational, is the confidence with which she goes about. You never feel at any moment she's going to come off that apparatus. The difficulty that she puts in, as with all of the gymnasts here, is so incredible. But look at that. Not a murmur on any of the landings. She lifts her chin high, she carries her body, she includes the difficulty, and she just goes about her work as if it's effortless.
Huge, huge emotion as she stands once more on the cusp of history. Simone Biles, if she places in the top 2 here, she has got that 24th medal. She has broken the record. She will be the most successful World Championship gymnast in history. They await to see where she places. Liu, Li, Aker, 1, 2, 3 as things stand. Where does the 17-time world champion, the 4-time Olympic champion fit in? She fits in where she always fits in, number 1. And Simone Biles is the most successful gymnast in the history of the World Championships.
What a moment, surpassing Vitaly Sherbo's record and being congratulated by every one of the competitors there.
There's never been anyone like her. We have the statistical proof. Simone Biles, 15.066, and goes over to console and commiserate with Kara Aker, who's been pushed down into 4th place as a result of that. We have one more competitor. It's Flavia Saraiva, the reigning Brazilian champion on the balance beam.
Yes, and she can also produce some beautiful work. It's a very entertaining gymnast to watch. Oh, but unfortunately the round of straight somersaults has taken her off course. Now really having to go through as the formality. Must be out of medal contention with that whole mark deduction. A beautiful combination there and appreciated by everybody here in Stuttgart. Oh, and a lovely jump there. Very high in the instep, so look at the gymnast have pointed toes. She's a good example. And again, virtuosity in the free walkover into the ring jump and the side somersault. Finishing the routine with a round of double pike, a very, very nice exercise. Unfortunately, that fall will be costly, but otherwise she would have been right up there. Beautiful performance, elegant, graceful, composed, super choreography, and the difficulty to match. There, the round off backflip at the beginning of the exercise. This is where she had the problem. A round off straight somersault, not in line, unfortunately. But the rest of the routine was absolutely solid. She recovered here into that difficult backflip, 2 layouts, combination, holding a form, completing very successfully with this double pike. Well, that's a shame. Qualified with a 13.7 with a 5.8 difficulty. Scored 14.033 in the all-around competition, where she placed 7th.
We shall have the chance to enjoy her work on the floor exercise in a little while. And what a floor exercise it is from Flavia Saraiva. But there seems to be little doubt as to how things are going to finish. Simone Biles, who's already secure of the 24th World Championship medal, might well be secure of the 18th gold. Surely it's going to be the outcome. It's 15.066 that needs to be beaten, and unless this is one of the more surprising scores in the history of gymnastics, it will not beat it. But as is the etiquette of this excellent sport, no celebrations will happen until the score has come in. Something that gymnasts are very courteous about to each other. Flavia Saraiva has scored a 13.4. Straight away gets congratulations from the champion, but this is another rather special moment of history for Simone Biles. Another World Championship title on the balance beam, her 18th gold medal, and the medal that makes her the most successful gymnast of all time at the World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics. Her teammate just missing out down in 4th position, with Liu Tingting and Li Shijia of the Chinese team taking silver and bronze respectively. The reigning world champion coming into this will take 2nd place. It is Simone Biles who wins the gold.
You're welcome.
Sarah Voss getting a quick picture with Simone Biles. Memories being preserved here on the final day. And we'll bring you the classified results now for the balance beam competition. In the women's balance beam final, it's bronze and silver to the People's Republic of China with Li Shijia and Liu Tingting. And it is a gold for Simone Biles. It's gold number 18. It's World Championship medal number 24. The best there's ever been. It's that simple. The best there's ever been at the World Championships.
Yes, and winning that gold by quite a margin, just quite appropriate really that she takes that record in the fashion that she did here, looking back at the medalists on the beam.
Li Shijia, the winner of the bronze medal. Taking the silver medal is Liu Tingting, her teammate. And how many times have we said this? Well, we've said it 18 times to be precise. The world champion is Simone Biles of the United States of America. World Championships are a wonderful place to make history, and Simone Biles has done it once more. We still have got 3 more finals to come. We've also got the victory ceremonies for those events that have just taken place, the men's vault and the women's balance beam, and then action in the men's parallel bars, the women's floor exercise and the men's horizontal bar. But we'll be back in a short while to bring you the victory ceremonies in the men's vault and women's balance beam competition. So do please stay with us to enjoy the celebrations.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the FIG Artistic Gymnastics World Championships Stuttgart 2019 Award Ceremony for men's vault.
Meine Damen und Herren, die FIG-Top-Weltmeisterschaft 2019 in Stuttgart, Siegerehrung Sprung der Männer.
Please welcome the successful gymnasts.
Bitte begrüßen Sie die erfolgreichen Turner.
It's now time for the victory ceremony for the men's vault competition as part of the 49th World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics, taking place for the 3rd time here in the city of Stuttgart in Baden-Württemberg, Germany.
In 3rd place, and winner of the bronze medal, representing Ukraine.
Auf dem 3. Platz und Gewinner der Bronzemedaille für die Ukraine, Igor Radivilo.
A bronze medal at the World Championships to Igor Radivilo, the 3rd time that he's been on a vault podium in this competition. The Ukrainian is also an Olympic medalist on the vault.
And winner of the silver medal, representing Russian Federation.
Auf dem 2. Platz und Gewinner der Silbermedaille für die russische Föderation, Artur Dalaloyan.
Artur Dalaloyan's collection of silverware continues here at the World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics, a silver medalist in the vault competition.
In 1st place, winner of the gold medal and world champion, representing Russian Federation.
Auf dem ersten Platz, Gewinner der Goldmedaille und Weltmeister 2019 Sprung der Männer. Für die russische Föderation, Nikita Nagornyy.
Winning is very hard indeed, but once you've a taste for it, once you've a taste for the gold, you just keep wanting to do it again and again and again, and that is exactly what Nikita Nagornyy is doing. The team all around and now vault gold medalist. 3 gold medals for the 22-year-old at these World Championships. Truly, he has been dominant in the men's competition.
The silver medal will be presented by Mr. Hiroyuki Tomita, member of FIG Men's Technical Committee.
Hiroyuki Tomita involved in the presentations.
The bronze medal will be presented by Mr. Alfons Hölzel, president of the German Gymnastics Federation.
Und die Bronzemedaille wird übergeben von Herrn Dr. Alfons Hölzel, Präsident des Deutschen Turnerbundes.
So the medals presented, including by Hiroyuki Tomita, who was a team silver medalist at the Stuttgart World Championships of 2007, and also an all-around world champion in Melbourne and an Olympic champion as well. So distinguished company out there on the podium. But there is the man that everyone is looking at right now. It is Nikita Nagornyy of the Russian Federation, the gentleman who has won another gold medal. His exceptional teammate Artur Dalaloyan receiving his 2nd silver medal to go with the team golds, and Igor Radivilov, the 26-year-old from Mariupol, taking a bronze medal. And we shall now hear the national anthem of the Russian Federation.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor to the winner, the national anthem of Russian Federation.
Meine Damen und Herren, zu Ehren des Siegers hören Sie nun die Nationalhymne der Russischen Föderation.
The medalists in the men's vault competition at the 2019 World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics here in Stuttgart. How many more times over the years, how many more times will we see those two in different combinations on the podium? We're also pretty used to seeing Igor Radivilov there as well. Well, as a vault competition, it was, if you'll pardon me invoking the music playing in the background, simply glorious. He's getting very used to that indeed, is Nikita Nagornyy, standing in the centre of a group of 3 gymnasts. A proven winner. And we shall go on in just a moment with the victory ceremony in the women's balance beam competition.
We're now ready for victory ceremony for women's balance beam.
Artistic Gymnastics
And
World
what a final it was.
Stuttgart 2019 award ceremony for women's balance beam final.
Once more, history being made. Exciting climax. The penultimate apparatus
Please welcome
in the women's program.
Bitte begrüßen Sie die erfolgreichen Turnerinnen.
8 top gymnasts in the world on the balance beam, stepping forward. And these are the 3 who came out on top. No surprise to see Simone Biles right in the middle of them.
In third place and winner of the bronze medal,
Bronze
representing
medalist.
the People's Republic of China.
Being introduced, senior debutante, 16-year-old Li Shijia. Superb performance from her. Adding an individual world medal to her collection. I'm sure we're going to be seeing lots more of her in the future.
Representing People's Republic of China.
Her compatriot winning the silver medal, the defending world champion from last year, has to settle for silver on this occasion. But another outstanding performance, holding her nerve to step up onto the medal rostrum once more.
Gold medal and world champion.
But making history, taking her 18th gold medal at a World Championships, 24th world medal in total, breaking records once more. Are there no limits to this gymnast? Simone Biles, the world champion on the balance beam. What a privilege it is to see her in action.
The gold medal
Presentation
will be
party
presented by Mr. Martin
being
Redden,
introduced.
member of the FIG Executive Committee.
Die Medaille wird übergeben von Martin Redden, Mitglied im Exekutivkomitee der FIG.
The silver medal will be presented by Mrs. Luba Andrianova, member of the FIG Women's Technical Committee.
Die Silbermedaille wird übergeben von Frau Ludov Andrianova, Mitglied im technischen Komitee.
Members of the
der
International
Frauen der
Gymnastic
FIG.
Federation Technical Committee and executive
The bronze
members
medal will be
being
presented
introduced.
by Mr. Wolfgang Drexler, president of the Swabian Gymnastics Federation.
Und die Bronzemedaille wird übergeben von Herrn Wolfgang Drexler, Präsident des Schwäbischen Turnerbundes.
And with those formalities, medal bearers stepping forward. Duties being performed by the presentation party. That very important 24th medal being put around the neck of Simone Biles, becoming the most highly decorated gymnast in World Championship history. Passing that record set by Vitaly Sherbo of Belarus. Outstanding achievement. Yu Tingting winning the silver and Li Xijia bronze. And now we will stand one more time for the national anthem
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor
of the
to
United
winner,
States of
the
America,
national anthem
the national
of the
anthem of our
United
winner,
States
Simone
of
Biles.
America.
Meine Damen und Herren, zu Ehren der Siegerin hören Sie nun die Nationalhymne der Vereinigten Staaten von Amerika.
Record-breaking moment for Simone Biles, and she has yet another opportunity to improve on her record tally. And I think it will be quite appropriate that despite it being a random draw, we will be finishing the women's programme with the floor final, and she will be your final competitor to go. But for now, the all-important photographs, confirmation of the balance beam medalists. Simone Biles takes gold, Yu Ting silver, and Li Xisha the bronze.
Are you having fun? I suspect so, because it's been a wonderful, wonderful day of apparatus finals already, and we've just had 2 of them. We've still got 3 to go. So let us not mourn the demise of these World Championships too soon, because there's a lot of sport still to come. Ollie Hogben here with Dr. Lisa Gannon, bringing you the action from Stuttgart with 3 more medal events to come, the last 3 of the 14. It's been a quite wonderful World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics, and at this point it's always right to remember the volunteers who have made these championships come to life so well. They have been fantastic, they've been so supportive, they've been so proactive and energetic. It has been the welcoming worlds, the cheerful championships, and we have been indebted to the excellent work of the volunteers. So a huge Dankeschön from all of us to the volunteers here in Stuttgart. This is your championships, and you have done a magnificent job. We have 3 more events to come. The men's parallel bars final, the women's floor exercise, and the men's horizontal bar competition. So much still to come. Now the men's parallel bars features the top qualifier as a German gymnast, Lukas Dauser. They're playing a video about him right now. The 26-year-old is from Unterhaching in Bavaria. It's about 250 kilometers southeast of where we are now in Stuttgart. He has done incredibly, Dauser, to be here. He broke his right hand training with the national team in June, had 7 screws inserted into it the next day. He trains with the sports support group of the German Armed Forces in Berlin. His hero is Marcel Guyen, exceptional German gymnast. He has the Dauser named after him on parallel bars. He competed in Rio 2016 in the German team that finished 7th. He was 8th in the final at the last World Championships. He has come in here as the top qualifier. There is an incredible field, though, because there is, to my count, 2 300ths between the top and the 8th strongest in qualification.
Yes, just 0.233 separated all of the qualifiers. Probably one of the closest finals we've had so far, and with the German interest leading the way, it's going to be super exciting. He will be the penultimate performer on the parallel bars, so they'll wait with bated breath, no doubt, for his performance.
And then following him is Petro Pachniuk, the 2nd strongest qualifier, but on exactly the same score, just lower execution, 15.033.
Yes, the execution will be so important on this apparatus. Unique in that many of the gymnasts dismount from to the side of the apparatus, and we'll see some of those double front somersaults that have become popular, as well as the double pike that often finishes the routine. So lots to look forward to, and a very high standard of field.
It is the men's parallel bars final here at Stuttgart 2019. It's about to get underway, and it's wonderful to have you joining us for this coverage, wherever that may be from, and however much you've watched the sport of gymnastics. And here they are, the 8. Sun Wei, the 6th strongest qualifier, joint 6th strongest, 24-year-old. Also the joint 6th strongest in qualification, Ahmet Under from Izmir in Turkey, 23 years old. Kazumakaya, the 8th strongest qualifier, but also on 14.8.
Representing Great Britain, Joe Fraser.
3rd strongest qualifier, Joe Fraser, the 20-year-old from Edgbaston. 15 was his score in qualification. He's up there and in the discussion. Xiao Teng of the People's Republic of China, the 4th strongest in qualification with the best execution of everyone. Ferhat Adijan of Turkey, the 5th strongest in qualification with 14.933. Get ready to make some noise. The top man in qualifying, Lukas Dauser, but the qualification scores do not carry through. This is a 0 start, but he comes in having hit 15.033 in the qualification process. As did this man, Petro Pachniuk, the 27-year-old who took the parallel bars silver at the European Championships.
And of interest, Ollie, is that the defending world champion, Zhou Jingquan, is not in the lineup.
That is the lineup, and we'll see Joe Fraser of Great Britain, the 3rd strongest qualifier, go 4th in the order. Then we wait until Lukas Dauser and Petro Pachniuk, the top and 2nd strongest qualifiers, with the same score right at the end. Sit yourself down, you're going to be in this for the long haul.
Yes, so Jingquan has been here. He scored over 16 on this apparatus in the team competition, but it's where qualification counts, and he made errors. So it has left the door open for these 8 gymnasts to clinch the title.
Yes, the rules are very simple. You have to produce the qualification performance. Doesn't matter if you then come out in the team final afterwards and deliver what was one of the finest gymnastics routines you'll ever see in your life. The reality of the rubric is you have to do it in the qualification process, and he was not able to do it. Oleg Vanyayev also struggled a little in qualification, despite producing some very good work in the all-around final. So yes, as Lisa has said, the door is open, and the first person to step through it is Sun Wei, the team world champion from 2018.
Under somersault, half turn. Another under somersault. Big double tuck rotation to upper arm support. You can see there he has the straps on his upper arms. That's for protection. And another big front somersault in the straddle position. Working smoothly. There the bavs are. Release, body above the rails, continuing with the swing. Keeping good form in the handstand so far. There's a tip out. Healy turn, oh, but he needed a bit of strength there to press up from the Healy turn. Double front half, very nice form in the air, just to hop forwards. Well, a very good routine. There was a slight execution issue right in the middle there as he came out of the Healy, but a high standard to start off on this parallel bars final. There's that impressive double rotation backwards in the tuck position to the upper arm. Here, driving the heels into that straddle front somersault. Had a 6.2 difficulty value in qualification, scoring 14.8. We've seen how close it was in qualification. This is where he just broke his form a little bit there, slight pike in the body, having to use his strength to get back up into the handstand position. He was soon back into his swing and completed the routine with a double front and half turn just to hop forward, chest perhaps a little low, but well controlled, good form in the air.
Yes, as we expect, it's going to come down to incredibly fine margins indeed, with only just over 2/10 separating the entire field after the qualification process. So we really are going to look at those very small moments. I think we were all distracted there just for a moment. Now, where does Sun Wei place? 14.466, so that is the mark that everyone is looking to beat, but he is down by a few tenths and then some from qualification. This brings us to the next gymnast, the second of the 8. Yesterday, Ibrahim Çolak won a gold medal for Turkey, their first ever World Championship medal. Now, what can Ahmet Under do, the 6th strongest in qualifying?
Nice on hop to begin the exercise. Somersault to one rail. Well controlled, very difficult work. Of course, a small base of support there, having to balance on one rail. Keeping his form. Straddle somersault. Straight into the lever position, in support. That was a very clean Healy. Legs locked together. And the double front half turn, well performed again. Ahmet Under has set the bar, or bars should I say, high.
That's a very good delivery from Ahmet Under indeed, the Turkish gymnast who's been one of their key all-around performers for so long, but he can do the specialist work to a very high standard too.
Yeah, swinging in his first parallel bars world final. Here the workout onto one rail. Turning out, that was good. Had a difficulty value of 6.2 in qualification, matching that of Sun Wei. And that high straddle front somersault. No additional hand placements. Keeping the execution deductions to a minimum. And here, double front with the half turn. Spots the dismount. Excellent routine. They enjoyed it, didn't they?
They've been having a very good couple of days, have the Turkish team. Could it be another medal? It never rains, but it pours, so they say. Ahmet Under is hopeful of going ahead of Sun Wei. He's gone a long way ahead of Sun Wei. 14.983. Under is very much in contention for a medal. He's still only 23, is Ahmet Under.
Yes, and the Turkish gymnasts have really been rising up the ranks in terms of world gymnastics, haven't they?
Kazuma-Kaya, the gymnast from Japan, who was 6th in the all-around competition, was also a team bronze medalist. 8th strongest qualifier with 14.8. Again, he can be in the discussion.
And a somersault, half turn. This is smooth so far. And again, that very high straddle somersault, this time to upper arm support. And the Bavsar. Going back along the rails with the tip out. This is good work. Out to the one rail, stoop through, pressing up into the handstand. And into the dismount, the double front half, very nicely performed. Well, Kazuma-Kaya has kept himself in contention, scored a 15 mark exactly in the all-around competition on this apparatus, so it's going to be close at a 6.3 difficulty. And he's such a passionate performer, he really wears his heart on his sleeves, doesn't he?
He bids farewell to the World Championships this year. Kazuma-Kaya, having done so much gymnastics to get to this point. Will we be seeing him again, but on the podium?
Yeah, the fold before the high straddle front. Just having to re-grasp a little bit on the right hand there from the upper arm support to keep the flow going. Here, up above the rails in the Babsar. Difficult work. Utilising the whole length of the apparatus and the outside here. The upstart brings the feet through the hands. The thumb just over the top of the rails. Pressing out. Use a little bit of strength there to get himself up. Keeping his form though. And here, very nice double front half turn. The same dismount as we have seen already by the other two finalists. And very nicely performed.
He's a joy to watch. He thinks so too. Makaya has given it his all, just as he always does at every competition. No matter what the prize, he will be there fighting. Under leads 14.983. Oh, he's nearly there, Kaya. I think he thought he was in the lead for a moment, possibly. 14.966. Just behind Under by less than 200ths.
Wow, yes, just 0.017 separating them. We knew it was going to be tight. With only 3 gymnasts in, and that's how close it is.
Already, we've got ourselves a fascinating final. What of Joe Fraser of Great Britain, who was the 3rd strongest performer in qualification with a 15 score?
Yes, and he had the most difficult routine, a 6.6 difficulty value. And that might come into the equation, but he has to perform it well. Long swing to one rail, excellent. Super difficulty, and very well performed. Long swing into the somersault with half turn. Impressive work from Fraser. And again. Healy. Up half. And just a dismount now, the double front half turn, just a step forward on the landing. Very difficult work, well executed.
Yes, that really does stand out as a routine, doesn't it, in terms of its composition? There's a lot going on there.
There's an awful lot going on in there. Placed 8th all around, and has really come of age at these World Championships, producing some very impressive work. Let's take a look at this again. Look at that, the swing to one rail. No problem whatsoever. Keeping focus throughout. Here, extending through the shoulders to create the swing and the rotation. Look at that. The somersault with half turn to upper arms. Pressing straight up to the handstand. No adjustments of the hands. And here the double front, the half turn, the error on the landing with just the step. Will that be costly? But a super routine. Great work from Joe Fraser, 20 years of age. British team came 5th in the team final.
Teammates watching on with absolute anxiety and bated breath. Joe Fraser to try to challenge Ahmed Under. A lot's going to come down to the difficulty score that's given to Fraser here. And we have a new leader, Joe Fraser of Great Britain, with a 15, exactly as he did in qualification, goes into the gold medal position. Exactly the same marks as the qualification.
Yes, that's 6.6. Difficulty score. It's really helped push him up the leaderboard.
So it is Fraser, Great Britain, then Under, Turkey, then Kaya, Japan. Those are the 3 in the provisional medal places. Now, the gymnast from China, Xiao Teng, the 4th strongest in qualification with the best execution.
Yes, and be mindful, he scored 15.266 in the all-around competition for his exercise. Double tuck to upper arm support. Looking very quickly through the routine. Slight adjustment. Under somersault. Pushing out into the handstand. Another double somersault. Very high in that straddle front somersault. Got such lift above the rails. Tip out. Bringing the feet together into the handstand position. Beautiful vertical. And the double pike to finish. Different dismount on this occasion. Xiao Roteng from the People's Republic of China. Squeezed out into fourth in the all-around. He would very much like to get up onto the medal podium with this performance. Has he done enough? Well, combination there adding to the difficulty, which was 6.2. There, that double rotation to upper arms.
Zhao has already earned a bronze medal on floor exercise here.
And here, the long swing into the double somersault, kicking out, showing his extension and amplitude. Pulling into the two rotations in the pike position. Just a little stutter really on landing to control the movement. But a good exercise. And there's our leader.
And a nervous one too, one would imagine, after watching that display from Xiao Teng. Still, there are 3 to go after this score comes in. On the right, Joe Fraser of Great Britain, who leads the way. On the left, Xiao Teng, who waits to see what his score will be. Whether he's managed to push Joe Fraser or any of the other medalists. No, 14.966, Xiao Teng. And he's just lost out on the execution tiebreak with Kazumukaya by a tenth. They've got the same score. So at the moment, the gap between first and fourth is 0.034. Oh my.
Goodness gracious me. With 3 more gymnasts to go. Playing that all-important chalk.
One of the gymnasts still to go is a real specialist on the parallel bars. Ferhat Adijan of Turkey, the 26-year-old.
Takes a moment to compose himself as he begins his exercise. Nice form in the handstand. Out onto one rail, holding his balance. Under somersault and the half turn. Was that a little extra hand placement? Adding to the difficulty here. Everybody holding their breath. Hop half. And Yamadov. Very deep pike as he lifts into the double front half turn. A beautiful dismount. Well, interesting times in this parallel bars final. The 26-year-old, well, they like the routine.
He liked the routine too. Your guess as good as anyone's right now, watching at home. It's going to be very, very close. There's no doubt about that. Alijan does have a strong difficulty based on qualification.
Yes, he's been on form as well this year. Bronze for the European Games and the European Championships. Scored 14.933 in qualification. Was there a slight bend of the knees there? Interesting with a different camera angle. The judges will see it all. I wouldn't like to be in their shoes, having to separate these gymnasts who are all so magnificent. Beautiful dismount, lots of lift. He had such a deep pike as he drove his leg backwards and upwards into that forward rotation with the half turn.
Just to be explicitly clear, for those of you new to the sport, coach can inquire only about the difficulty value of a routine. They can formally inquire about that. They are not able to inquire about the execution score. It's only if they feel their gymnast has not been credited with the right elements that they can make a protest. So, Fraser under Kaya, 15, 14.983, 14.966. What about Ferhat Arıcan from Turkey? There's already one Turkish gymnast on the provisional podium. Arıcan is in 5th place, 14.9. Again, it is agonisingly close, a 10th between 1st and 5th, and it means that Joe Fraser of Great Britain is a World Championship medalist on the parallel bars. An incredible moment for this gymnast, who was the 16th strongest qualifier in the all-around. He was the 8th best performer in the final. As you said, Lisa, he's grown into this.
He has been congratulated there by Lee Walls, the coach, and Dominic Cunningham, teammate. Now this is the moment.
Well. Lucas Dauser, the top qualifier. The parallel bars specialist from Bavaria. 15.033 was his qualification score. This is a massive opportunity. It's over to him.
Capable of great things here. I would so like it to come to fruition. Nice work. Keeping his line. Oh, no. Oh, what a shame.
Oh, the most agonising of slow releases from that handstand and the gasp from the crowd.
Well, he went into out onto one rail, so difficult. Tried to use his core strength to pull it back. You saw the back go, you saw the arch. He was just not able to pull it back. Such a shame.
He has Stuttgart behind him as he goes back to the parallel bars.
Back into the swing now. Feet locked together. Super line. And the double front half turn. He recovered so well, but what could have been is not going to be the case.
You know, this is a sport of the finest of margins, the tiniest of things. He couldn't have worked harder for his team, and they know it. They know everything that he's given. It will be not the kind of emotion Lucas Dauser was hoping to feel, but you know what? Stuttgart loves him anyway.
Yes, disappointment for Dauser. He was carrying on the tradition of strong parallel bars work. Marcel Nguyen, silver medalist in London, following in his footsteps, but unfortunately this is where it went wrong. The feet were just over the top. He tried to use his abdominals to pull the shape back into the handstand, but it was just too far gone. Turning out there onto one rail, and that was the return back into the handstand. Tall gymnast, beautiful in qualification, some super work, great dismount, nice control, but one hallmark when we're talking about hundreds and thousands will be too much to come back.
Joe Fraser knows that he is a silver medalist at the very least at the World Championships. And there's one still to go. So, Fraser still leads, and with respect to Dauser, he will stay in the lead. Dauser scores 13.833. He's in 7th position. Straight up, Joe Fraser embraces him. All gymnasts know that sometimes it isn't your day and sometimes it doesn't quite happen, and they are the first to commiserate each other. But this is now a massive chance for Petro Pachniuk of Ukraine. Second strongest in qualification, the top qualifier who had the same score as just had difficulties. The score to beat is 15. He can do this.
Long swing onto it. Oh, no! And he's fallen on one rail. His feet have hit the rail. And he's lost his momentum. And a few extra hand adjustments as well. Under somersault. Honma into handstand. Now he receives the applause as he's getting back into the rhythm of his exercise. Big straddle front somersault to upper arms. Healy turn. Well, onto one rail, just evidence of how difficult it is to master this apparatus. Double front half, beautiful dismount again, but again the second highest leader having issues with the parallel bars. That's the difference, success and disappointment, just a hand placement difference.
We knew it was going to be incredibly close.
Oh dear, dearie me. Well, interesting for the Ukraine, they really did save their top two competitors and not opting to put them out much in the team competition, hoping to take medals. Like Verniayev took a bronze all around, and there was high hopes here for Petro Pachniuk on the parallel bars. Here, lifting up into handstand. Second half of the exercise, much, much better. A very high straddle front somersault. And at 6.5 difficulty. And a very nice dismount there. Knees locked together. Super execution.
Joe Fraser surely knows that this is the moment where he becomes the champion of the world. But we spare a thought for Petro Pachniuk. He's a marvellous, marvellous gymnast. He's been in great form lately. He's got into this final as the second strongest in qualification. His journey will continue. There's no doubt about that. It's 14.2 for Petro Pachniuk, and it means that Joe Fraser is the champion of the world.
And the celebrations begin for the British gymnast.
Oh, that's a glorious story. Joe Fraser has had the most incredible of years. He was the bronze medalist at the British Championships this year on the parallel bars. He's gone from that to world champion in less than a year.
Being congratulated there by the British team. Max Whitlock, world champion on the pommel horse yesterday, embraces him.
And this is another glorious moment for Turkey, and indeed for Ahmet Under, who's been one of their best competitors for so long. 2 medals in 2 days for Turkey. It never rains, but it pours.
Yes, he will secure himself an Olympic berth as well with that performance. And Kazuma Kaya, he's waited a long time, hasn't he, for this moment?
His second individual world championship medal, a bronze on the pommel horse in Glasgow in 2015. On the subject of British moments, it is Joe Fraser of Great Britain who is the champion. But that's a splendid podium, isn't it? Ahmet Under, Kazuma Kaya. But you cannot but sympathise with Lukas Dauser. Your heart, no matter who you're supporting the world over, must go out to that man.
Yes.
Not for want of trying, Lisa, not for want of trying.
No, he put his heart and soul in, didn't he, Lukas Dauser? He so desperately wanted to deliver, being consoled.
And he's being consoled in a different way, is Kazuma Kaya, for the second time an individual medalist at the World Championships. But Joe Fraser, they're going to go wild at City of Birmingham Gymnastics Club tonight. And there are the results in the men's parallel bars competition. The bronze medal to Kazuma Kaya of Japan, The silver medal to Ahmet Under of Turkey. The gold medal, the world champion, Joe Fraser of Great Britain.
Well, what a story of two halves. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat there. What a final that was.
And this is how it happened. Kazuma Kaya of Japan, the bronze medalist in the men's parallel bars. Ahmet Under of Turkey, the silver medalist. There is the world champion, Joe Fraser of Great Britain, the very finest in the world on the parallel bars, and in a very fine final indeed. The margin between first and fifth was a single tenth. Two more apparatus finals remain. Ahmet Under of Turkey has just sprinted past the parallel bars, waving the flag, and had a huge roar from the crowd. There's a very large Turkish population in Stuttgart, and very many of them have come along to watch him compete. It's been a city that's had a large number of Turkish residents for many, many years, and they will be absolutely ecstatic about this. One of their very own. And so it is, we go in just a moment to the women's floor exercise, but before that, well, this has been the World Championships, Lisa, where Turkey have arrived.
They certainly have, haven't they? They've arrived in force and earned themselves Olympic berths as well as medals here. I'm sure he was galvanised by the success of his compatriot yesterday on the rings. Ibrahim Çolak taking the gold on that apparatus. But the action continues. We have two more very exciting pieces to come. One in the women's, one in the men's. And really the climax of their programmes, the floor exercise and the horizontal bar yet to come.
We have used the phrase history being made on so many occasions at these championships, to the point where it almost risks becoming a trite, a lazy, a cliched expression. The thing is, it just has been one of those world championships where history really has been made in so many quarters. The penultimate event at the 49th World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics is the women's floor exercise.
Gymnastics World Championships, Stuttgart 2019, women's floor exercise final.
Meine Damen und Herren, die 49. FIG Weltmeisterschaft Stuttgart 2019, das Finale, Boden der Frauen.
Representing France, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos.
The reigning French champion on the floor exercise, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, the fifth strongest in qualification. The sixth strongest in qualification, Lilia Achaimova from the Russian Federation. She's been a Russian national champion on the floor exercise. Oh yes, what a moment this is. Roxana Popper, after years and years of trouble and injury, she is back. The eighth strongest in qualification, the Spanish gymnast. Vanessa Lee of the United States of America, the second strongest in qualification.
Representing Russian Federation,
Angelina Melnikova, known for her great work on the floor exercise, the fourth strongest in qualification.
Representing Brazil, Flavia Saraiva.
We've got a lovely sequence of floor exercises. Flavia Saraiva, the seventh strongest in qualification.
Representing Canada, Brooklyn Moore.
Then followed by Brooklyn Moores, whose floor routine is one of the most moving spectacles you will see in artistic gymnastics. She was the 11th strongest in qualification and the Pan American Games champion on floor. And Simone Biles, the final performance that we will see from a female gymnast at these World Championships will come from Simone Biles. Sometimes the draw does the most curious and lovely of things. The start list for the women's floor exercise. Sunisa Lee, the second strongest in qualification, will go fourth in the order. Simone Biles, the top qualifier, will go eighth. The third strongest performer in qualification, Jade Carey, not able to participate in the final, so perhaps that opens things up for Melnikova.
Yes, really, Simone Biles, the hot favourite. She has such difficulty, but of course she has to do it on the day. She usually does, but you should not take anything for granted.
One of the finest events in all of sports is the women's floor exercise at a World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics. We begin with Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, the fifth strongest in qualification.
And again, this is an impressive floor. She has the crowd behind her as she lifts up into the full twisting double straight. Fancy into the mega mix by Yellow. Contemporary music. She's into her flow now. Full twisting double tuck. A click of the fingers. A twist of the hips. Nice choreography. And the music, people singing along perhaps that I feel good. She's certainly making them feel that way. Straight from walkout. Double tuck, just a step out. That's a 10th. And a big double pike. Well, uplifting music, uplifting choreography, and an uplifting start to this floor final.
Perhaps a look of relief on the face of Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, and delight for the French fans. She's delivered a performance of some energy and style there on the floor. What a great gymnast she is.
She has such poise. She also has the acrobatic elements to match. Look at this huge opener, a full twisting double straight, beautifully performed. Form in the air, confident. And here the same skill in the tuck position. A 5.8 difficulty. Feeling all of the beats of the music. Look at that movement. Look at the interpretation. And here was a double tuck. Just the pace out, 1 foot. That will be a 10th. We know 10ths can make the difference. But a strong routine and a lovely way to finish her World Championship campaign.
She bids farewell to the World Championships. Will Melanie de Jesus dos Santos be leaving with any form of silverware? 13.833 is the score, very comparable to qualification. That 10th penalty perhaps explaining the difference of just over 0.1. So that is the first mark laid down in this floor competition. They absolutely adore her. She is the reigning French champion, indeed the reigning European all-around champion. Lilia Akhimova took the silver medal on the floor in the Russian National Championships early this year, the 6th strongest in qualifying.
Yes, and she has some big tumbles. One of the strongest in terms of acrobatic elements, but oh, there, that opener, full twisting double straight out of the area, lost control. The double straight to come back across the diagonal. Dramatic music, dramatic acrobatics. Those spins so important. Big double Arabian, that half turn into 2 front somersaults. And the spins first, going for the triple, then the double. Music builds, she accelerates, full twisting double back to finish. Well, she really went for it, didn't she? The 22-year-old, not leaving anything out there, but that first tumble, again, incurs the execution errors. Some straight work from the silver medalist with the team, the Russian Federation. Here, those all-important spins, they must get all the way around. Trying to maintain her balance as she comes out, directly into the choreography. Here, feet locked together in the backflips, and that was the double straight. And this was that first run. She got a rebound or kick back from the floor. She tried to mask it, going straight into the dance, but it won't be hidden from the judges. Final full twisting, double tuck back somersault. .0 the difficulty in qualification.
So, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos leads on 13.833. Lilia Akimova is now waiting for the judges' verdict on her performance. We have 6 still to go after this. It's going to be a thoroughly dramatic conclusion to this floor final. And we've seen some very big tumbling thus far. That has not always been the easiest of things to stabilise and to control. But the Russian fans are having a lovely time anyway. Why not? They've had some real success so far at these championships. I think she may possibly have just seen herself on the big screen. Just possibly. Lovely to see fans of all ages having a wonderful time here in Stuttgart. I hope you are as well. Watching from home, enjoying the atmosphere of the last 2 apparatus finals at the World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics. Still, the wait goes on for Lilia Akimova.
Yes, interestingly, she's performed that 4 times now. Twice she's been given a 5.8 difficulty and once the 6.0 difficulty. So perhaps the judges just reviewing some of those elements.
They've gone for the 6 this time, 13.5 for Akimova. That 0.3 penalty. She is in the 2nd place position. Oh, well, this is a glorious return. In 2008, this gymnast was the best performer at the Junior Spanish National. She's had injury after injury after injury, but she has refused to give up, and she returns.
And already beautiful choreography, very expressive. Now, very nice double straight to boot. Whip somersault, 2 whips into a big full twisting double tuck. That's a very nice tumble. Stylish performance, very elegant. Oh, beautiful spin. Artistry, quite sensational. Handspring, full twisting front. A big double pike, beautifully performed. But that routine was so much more than the tumbling. It's called women's artistic gymnastics for a reason, and their clear demonstration of artistry. Beautiful routine.
Welcome home, Roxana Popper. It's been years, and my, how you have been missed. What a gymnast. She said, "My pride and my smile will never be taken from me." And she was right.
Well, born in Romania, moved to Spain when she was 6. They're high in the double straight somersault, a lovely executed double straight somersault. 2 whip back somersaults, those back flips without the hands, into the full twisting double back. Very slight adjustment on the landing. But part of the Spanish team who did so well, they've qualified for Tokyo as a team. Surely she will be part of that. But for the moment, this routine was stunning. Had a 5.4 difficulty value. Scored 13.8 in qualification. So perhaps a little lower on the difficulty, but beautifully executed. That's how much it means.
The emotion of the returning gymnast. Melanie de Jesus dos Santos is the gymnast who leads. Very close, Roxana Popper in second place with a 13.8 score. Still, the French gymnast leads the way. Popper is in the silver medal position at the moment. They're the current leader, Melanie de Jesus dos Santos, 13.833.
Und für die Vereinigten Staaten von Amerika, Sunisa Lee.
Now we have a gymnast who cleared 14 in qualification. Sunisa Lee, the 16-year-old from Minnesota.
She's equipped herself so well at these World Championships. Keep forgetting how young she is. And a double twisting double back to open the routine. And a double straight. Now she's into the choreography. Beautiful control. Triple and double. One and a half twist back, full twist front. Beautiful carriage of the upper body and the leaps. Extension throughout. Oh. Well, competition on. Sunisa Lee produces again a bronze on the uneven bars. Can she take another medal here on the floor?
The lead is very much under threat now. This was a performance that scored 14.2 in qualification. She won the gold medal on the floor exercise at the competition in Italy right at the start of the year. She's very well known for her high impact work on floor.
Yes, and driving high up here into that double twisting, double back somersault, a very difficult tumble to open. Completes with ease. Very nice form in the back flips, and there, the straight position in the air, the double layout, very difficult. She rotates so slowly in the straight position. And here, the spins, the wolf spins, the triple first, and immediately into the double. And the final double tuck, pulls the knees in tight, secure in the landing, and applauded by her teammate, one and only Simone Biles.
She will be the last to go. Will she be chasing down Sunisa-Lee, is this going to be good enough for the provisional gold medal position? Melanie de Jesus dos Santos might well lose her place at the top of the leaderboard. She has. Sunisa-Lee improves upon her qualification mark by a few hundredths to take the lead with 14.133. New gold medal position. It's the USA. They might possibly be there supporting her.
And now, representing Russian Federation, Angelina Melnikova.
Angelina Melnikova of the Russian Federation, also capable of a 14+ score, the 4th best in qualification.
Yeah, she has the difficulty of 5.9. And she shows it there with the full twisting double straight. Nice interpretation of the music. Integral part of women's floor, of course. And again, the double straight. And again, performed very well. She has Stuttgart with her. From walk out to double twist. All of the spins so important there, the double spin in the split position. The double pike somersault, she smiles as she lands, she knows she's done a good job. Angelina Melnikova from Russian Federation waves to the Stuttgart crowd, thanks them for their support. A great climax to her competition.
The bronze medalist in the all-around competition, Angelina Melnikova, going for another individual honour here at this World Championships. It was a very strong performance. Can she get ahead of Sunisa-Lee?
Accelerating into that double somersault in the straight position with the full twist. So impressive. Nice interpretation of the music. It's been so lovely in this last code of points to see the artistry really shining through on the women's floor. Going for the spins here. The triple. Composing herself as she comes out. Here, this was the final tumble pass, the double pike. Feet locked together as she lands. And finishing with a flourish.
Will it be enough to get onto the podium? So, Angelina Melnikova, Sunisa-Lee. The leader is on the left with 14.133. Then it's de Jesus dos Santos, 13.833. And then Popper, 13.8. It may well be that the Spanish gymnast is about to slip out of the medal position. This might be a strong score coming up from Melnikova. Or indeed for Melnikova. She's not the one who's marking it.
Yeah, just a look back at that final tumble run one more time. Super control. And the smile already on her face before she struck a pose at the end.
So we still have 3 more competitors to perform after this. Melnikova still waits. It could be very tight indeed. And I think she knows that it could be very tight indeed. We'll look back at other fine moments. The wolf turn, for example. Good stability and a difficult skill.
Yeah, she had lots of different spinning combinations in this routine, all adding to that difficulty value. The judges will be looking closely at every element. Here, that double spin with the leg horizontal. into the backspin double, making the connections.
Did have a higher difficulty score than Sunita in qualification by 0.2. Could be very important indeed. So the wait continues for Angelina Melnikova. All weights are worth it if it ends up in first position, of course. It's 15.066 for Melnikova. She's in the silver medal position. And as a result, then Sunita still leads the way. Melnikova down by 1/10 on her difficulty score from qualification.
A very important 10th.
Flavia Saraiva representing Brazil, the 7th strongest in qualification, bronze medalist on floor at the Pan American Games in Lima.
And this floor is something special too. We saw her in the beam final. Has she got a chance now on floor? Very entertaining competitor. Oh, the whip into the double straight. Held it together at the end there, and he's almost buckled. She did very well indeed to stabilise herself at the end of that. High in the full twisting double. One and a half, full twist combination. Such a vivacious gymnast. And now the tempo changes. A double spin in the split position, beautifully high in releve, right up on the toe, and that change to ring, so extended. And the can-can strikes, the audience applauds, and she lifts into the double pike, met with a cheer from the Stuttgart crowd. Well, they loved it, did the judges.
Well, songs from the Moulin Rouge, the famous cabaret club. They like their cabaret here in Germany too, and certainly the crowd thinks that routine was perfectly marvellous. Will the judges say it couldn't please me more? Let us find out.
She's such an energetic, entertaining gymnast, isn't she, to watch? Came to the fore back in the Youth Olympic Games prior to the Rio Olympics, where she was the darling of the championships, of the Olympics there. She did well not to buckle at the end of that very complex pass. Here, lifting high into the full twisting double tuck. Look at the extension. Almost more than 180-degree split in the leap. So much lift. Springs in her feet. Flexible, entertaining, charismatic. Feeling the music with the audience behind her. And the final double pike back. What a performance from the Brazilian. Can she push up into the medals? This is her final opportunity to do so. Beautiful routine regardless, a big smile to finish. We enjoyed it.
It is Sunita Lee, it is Angelina Melnikova, it is Melanie de Jesus dos Santos. Still two gymnasts to come, Brooklyn Moores and Simone Biles. Saraiva goes into the bronze medal position with 13.966. And Melanie de Jesus dos Santos moves down into 4th place. There, the leader, Sunita Lee of the United States of America. She has guaranteed herself a medal. It's been a World Championships of sensational stories, of incredible narrative, and this is up there with the best of it.
I'll let you enjoy this routine. artistry. Quite stunning. Handspring, double front half, immediate stack jump. Haunting music. Double spinning attitude. Emotion personified. 2.5 twist, front somersault combination. Well, the music is entitled The Last Romantic. Romantic, the performance, absolutely stunning. Brooklyn Moores from Canada, the penultimate performer on the floor. Sensational artistry.
It is just such a moving routine. She is a gymnast who tells a story with everything she does.
Very impressive first tumble pass as well to add to this fantastic routine. There's a 5.2 difficulty, so perhaps not as complex as some of the other finalists, but it's more than just a difficulty, isn't it? Look at her feeling every single move. Beautiful expression, stirring, emotional. It's no surprise she won the Longines Prize for Elegance back in 2017. Just on the edge of the 12 by 12 metre perimeter. Came in as a late replacement for Nina Durwal.
And has made the gymnastics world ecstatic for us having the opportunity to see that performance one more time. Everybody loves to watch Brooklyn Moores perform on the floor exercise. And she is such a unique artist on the floor. A reminder of what a floor exercise really can be when there is such a compelling narrative behind it. One feels sometimes it's a touch cruel to put a number to that floor routine, to give a mathematical equation to that degree of artistry, but this is artistic gymnastics. It is a sport. The job needs to be performed by the judges. Now, we're just hearing that an inquiry's been made by Flavia Saraiva about her difficulty score, 5.5. That's what it was in qualification. So whether she's put something else in there and thinks she should get credit for it, we'll have to wait and see. But she has made an inquiry.
Yes, often for the apparatus finals, they do try and lift the difficulty value. Taking a look back at that routine now. No problem with that, the double pike. Joyous performance from her.
That's another routine that's tremendous fun, isn't it? And actually, when you see Saraiva and Moores one after each other in the floor exercise, that vast difference of gymnastics, it's one of the greatest things about this sport is that what personality people bring to their performances.
Yes, contrasting styles, but as you say, their personalities being reflected throughout the dance within their routines. The music's so important. It's a choice of the gymnast, along with the coach, of course, to help them bring out the best of their artistry.
Simone Biles just calmly waiting for this inquiry to be completed. She is the final performer to go. Also have to wait for the score for Brooklyn Moores to come in, but the inquiry needs to be processed as well. So if you're just switching on the competition, well, you've left it a bit late, but never mind. We have still a little to come in the women's floor exercise, and the men's horizontal bar will be taking place. Representatives of the Brazilian delegation are watching on.
So the judges now reviewing the difficulty of Flavia Saraiva. That's the only thing that can be reviewed.
Now, if she gets a single tenth of difficulty, that ties her with Melnikova, and she's higher on execution. So she would move into second place. So would just take one single tenth to push her up, and there's no change to the score for Flavia Saraiva. It was worth an inquiry, it was worth asking the question. What it means is that Melnikova is still in second place, and if Brooklyn Moore's place is below her, then it guarantees Melnikova a medal. If Brooklyn Moore's is placed above her, then it guarantees Brooklyn Moore's a medal. But whoever's in third place, and at the moment it's Flavia Saraiva, has to contend with being in third place with Simone Biles still to come. Brooklyn Moore's is in sixth position, the score 13.6 for the Canadian gymnast. And that means that Sunita Lee is guaranteed at least a silver medal. To add to the honour she's already won, it might well be a full set of colours for Sunita Lee at the World Championships. Melnikova is also guaranteed at least a bronze medal. There is one more gymnast to come in women's competition. This feels rather poetic. Simone Biles is last to go, the top qualifier, of course.
And Big Spender strikes up. Will she put in her triple-double? Yes, she will! And better control than in the all-around competition. And Biles, number 2, the double straight half turn. Stack jump just out of the area. She has so much energy. Double world spin. Nice touch. And they wait with expectation. What will she perform next? Only a full twisting front walkout into a full in back out. Well, she's nearly there. Superb Simone Biles with a double twisting, double back to finish. Absolute precision. Simone Biles does it again.
The microphone not dropped on this occasion, but there's still nothing else left to say. There are no words.
She does it time and time and time again. Sensational performance. 6.6 the difficulty. Stratospheric Simone Biles.
Those of you who are using an abacus to keep tally, she's going for gold number 19 now.
Look at her launch herself up. 3 twists, 2 rotations, such difficulty, incredible. And the most difficult part for Simone Biles is to stay within the floor area. She has that much lift. This was the Biles, went for the stag jump, just to add to the difficulty. The foot out, that will be a 10. And those unique touches to the choreography that just make the floor routine that little bit more special. It's as if it wasn't special enough. And most gymnasts would dream to start their floor routines with a double twisting, double back. She finishes hers. perfect competitor, always smiling, great attitude to competition. What an ambassador for this sport.
Guaranteed gold for the United States of America, either Sunita Lee or Simone Biles. The numbers are compelling. It's surely going to be Simone Biles. Oh, of course it's going to be Simone Biles with a number like that. 15.133, a quarter century of medals at the World Championships of Artistic Gymnastics for Simone Biles, and a 19th gold. The bronze medal to Angelina Melnikova of the Russian Federation. Another medal for her at these championships. Very successful indeed has she been. Sunita Lee standing just to the right of Simone Biles. As we look on, the silver medalist, she's picked up a full set of honours at these championships after picking up medals in the team competition and on the uneven bars. So it is Biles, Lee and Melnikova in the women's floor exercise, and it brings to a close women's artistic gymnastics at the 2019 World Championships. What a just staggering conclusion. Simone Biles, 15.133. Lisa, you shake your head as many more are doing.
Well, that was just quite phenomenal, wasn't it? Look, she leads her teammate by a whole mark. Sunita Lee put in a beautiful exercise, a sensational floor final, all gymnasts performing remarkably, and yet the closest competitor is a whole mark distance away from Simone Biles. I think we'll look back, as you say, in history and think she really is one of those individuals who you come across so rarely in the world of gymnastics.
The final standings in the women's floor exercise. The bronze medal to the Russian Federation, Angelina Melnikova. The silver medal to Sunita Lee of the United States of America. And the gold medal to Simone Biles of the USA. Yet another gold medal for Simone Biles. The bronze medal in the women's floor exercise to Angelina Melnikova of the Russian Federation. The silver medal to the United States of America and to Sunita Lee. It is Simone Biles once more the gold medalist in the women's floor exercise. A mark of difference between her and the chasing pack, and this is why.